Andrew Callaghan, I'm very sad and very distressed, honestly. There's been a couple of allegations against Andrew. Sorry, there's been a couple of allegations against Andrew where girls got in front of a camera and shared their experience. And obviously I believe them, and it's really sad what happened. Obviously Andrew's a friend of both mine and Hassan's, and not just a friend, but I was like a huge fan of his work, as many of you guys were. People say at least 20. That's not true. I mean, 2 is enough, right? And we don't need to debate that, but like 20, there was 2 women who went in front of a camera and shared 20. I mean, let's just be truthful about the facts. I mean, I've seen some like text messages and stuff, anonymous texts and stuff, which is, it corroborates the information, but it's not the same as like, 2 women who are like, they put their face to it and they said, here's what happened. There's not, 20. I mean, come on. There's 2 on camera and 2 others in written form. Okay. There's not 20 women. Jesus Christ. Ethan is sad for himself, not Andrew. How am I supposed to feel in this situation? Like, honestly, you guys, it's not that easy. Like, I find out this stuff and then like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, genuinely, some people just go straight into jumping down my throat. Like, the minute it broke, there's so many comments about me and Hassan, like, oh, cowards, they pretend to care about women, but the minute it's their friend, they're silent. It's like, dude, give me a fucking second to digest it, man. Come on, y'all. Like, it's a lot for me to process. I've been following it all very closely, obviously. The first time I actually saw it was when I was on Hassan's stream. And I saw in the chat, like, one person say, talk about the Andrew Callaghan allegations. And I thought they were just full of shit. But I remembered it. So when I went home, I Googled it and I found the first girl who posted to TikTok. The girl who said that he had pressured her into sleeping with him. And then I was like, wow, okay. This is one. This sounds bad. And then a few days later, a second girl came out who also posted a long series of videos on TikTok, which was that one was more disturbing in my opinion. Although I'm not trying to, listen, I'm not trying to qualify which one's worse and which one's better or better. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, this one was very detailed about how he was in a car with her and he kept making advances to her. He tried to put his hand in her pants. She said, no, stop. He tried to put her hand in his pants. She repeatedly told him no. And he said, oh, at least give me a blowjob. She said no. He wouldn't get out of the car. She sped off onto a main road, hoping that he would get out. And he said, like, at least drive me home. But when she went to the main road, he finally got out of the car. Yeah, exactly. Someone said with 2, it's a lot harder to deny. Exactly. I mean, again, and I believe the first girl from the beginning. I believe both girls. So, but when the second girl came out, I was like, okay, I need to talk to Andrew about this. I mean, listen, he is my friend. We do have a relationship. I'm not just going to go to the internet and start talking about all this without even reaching out to him. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I needed to hear from him what happened. So I talked to him, and he was, look, he's in a really bad mental headspace. Obviously, he was like soaring on top of the world, and now he's like canceled. But I wanted the details. I said, yo, what's up with these allegations? You got to tell me what's going on. I talked on the phone with him. The first girl, he told me, I'm just going to tell you what he said. By the way, I was hoping to wait to talk about this till he put out a statement. He told me that he was going to put out a statement today at 12. I think he's working on a statement. I guess it's going to come out today. I can find out. Maybe I'll text him and find out when. So I'm sure he wants people to read his statement. So if I could read it on stream, that'd be good. I wanted to make sure he was like in a safe place, that he wasn't. Why are you guys saying stop? Don't say anything. I'm just telling you what happened, okay? I'm just being transparent. Oh, you don't want me to say what he told me? The fuck? Why? I don't understand your guys's. I don't understand the logic, but a lot of y'all say don't say anything. So. No, it's not private. He listen, guys, it was a private conversation, but what he told me, he sent me stuff that he wanted me to convey. Okay? You know what I mean? I'm not like saying stuff that was said to me in private, if that's what you guys are afraid of. Like, he was sending me stuff to show to Hassan, text messages and stuff and stories, like, cuz he's saying that he wants people to hear his side of stuff, at least if people are talking about it. And so he told me this stuff with the understanding that I might share it. People are saying, why are you conveying things from him? I'm just literally saying what he said, but if you don't want me to talk about it, then I won't. I don't understand that necessarily. I mean, I'm reading chat. I'm trying to get some logic here. No, he did not say they're lying, guys. Let me at least fucking explain before you'll jump down my throat. Like, hello, let me talk. It's so hard to talk about this stuff, which I get, the people get really... There's high emotions and stuff when you talk about this stuff, so it's hard for everybody. I'm not, I totally understand that people in the chat have strong opinions about this, right? Like that I get. And me too. That's what this whole is just very hard to talk about. But I just want to be transparent. I mean, he's going to put out a statement that is more detailed and obviously the way that he wants to say stuff, but I'm not betraying his trust or anything. I'm sure he would be fine to know. Look, chat, yeah, I mean, listen, it's okay. I understand why y'all are getting emotional. I'm not even mad. I'm just trying to understand why you guys said. Planet Kaylee said, sadness, I don't know what to think. I've been essayed and worse. I do feel men can redeem themselves and is responsible to be a great interest to women like me. I appreciate that comment, Planet Kaylee. Chat needs to calm down. Ethan's doing his best. Tough situation. It's all good. Say whatever you think needs to be said on your part. Ignore the chat. You're doing great, sweetie. My feelings as a fan of all parties, we don't want you to defend him and help him if he wants to misconstrue the parties. Listen, I'm not doing that. It's not my intention. I said straight out the gate. Can I just let me just say it before everyone makes assumptions and shit. Let me just say what I was gonna say. So first, I just wanted to make sure that he told me he was like at a psych ward. He was not doing well and he was having panic attacks and stuff. And I first of all wanted to make sure that he was safe, that he wasn't going to hurt himself, that he was with people that cared about him. Obviously, I don't want him to die. I'm hoping none of y'all think he should die for this, do you? And so I did confirm that he's doing okay. So that was a relief to me. Again, I'm not defending him, and I believe those victims 100% since they came out with their videos. So what was I saying? So, well, what I was going to say before y'all jumping to conclusions is that he confirmed what they're saying is true. Okay? Y'all fucking, you know what I mean? He confirmed that he knew the girls and that he had encounters with them. So right out the bat, you know what I mean? He was pretty open, and basically that's what I wanted to hear, right? Like he confirmed that this stuff basically happened. What do you mean he's gaslighting me? He literally told me it happened. Like, what the fuck? Guys, listen. Oh no, the abusers isn't mentally well. Listen, I know it's not about him being the victim, but I don't want him to die. Okay? Like, I have a obligation as a human being to another human being to make sure that he's not like suicidal. And I'm just gonna not check on him. Like, you guys gotta pick. Anyway, what? Fuck, I gotta stop reading the chat. Y'all are getting in my head. Stun locking me. Yeah, don't look at chat. Fuck. Now I know what it's like to be stun locked. But anyway, it's not about him, right? So, sorry, I gotta stop reading chat. The one time I read chat, I gotta stop reading it. All right, let me get my fucking thoughts together on this. So, I mean, my main takeaway is that he confirmed he knew the girls, right? And basically that's all I'll say. I mean, I talked to him a lot. I wanted to hear from him what happened, and that's all I'll say is that he confirmed he knew them. So like that's not defending him at all. I mean, if anything, it's corroborating what they said. So I basically am just waiting. I really just waiting for a statement to kind of. There's not even really a conclusion. I mean, it sucks. You know what the fuck? I mean, what the fuck can I say? It sucks. It's very upsetting. It's weird because like I'm both a fan of him and a friend of him. So it's just, it really sucks. What can I say? I mean, y'all fucking in the same boat as me. That's it. That's all I got to say about it. I mean, I don't have any other fucking thing to say about it this time. Some of y'all want me to like, I don't know what, some of the more passionate among you expect too much of me, I think, at this time. The G factor. Ethan, we love you, but it's a tough situation where a friend gets accused of something that seems to be uncharacteristic of him, but it's still monstrous. Ethan is handling with tact while y'all are wishing him dead. Yeah, okay. Thank you guys for all the Ethan comments. I love that. That's making me feel better. I accept the Ethan. Thank you, y'all. I think really there's like a bigger societal issue that I think we need to address that hasn't really been addressed, which is that men and young men and teenagers, we all need to learn about what consent is and the parameters around consent, the levels of consent. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, this wasn't a conversation that we had. There's a lot of nuance, or it's not really nuance, but like you can't. There's no room for debate, right? You got to like. I just think that as a society, we need to learn from these situations, and as men, we have to be aware of like in these moments, we need to do the right thing. And I know maybe it sounds insane to some women out there to me, maybe hear that, because it should be self-apparent, right? It should be obvious. And while I agree, it's weird. Like you wouldn't think, I didn't think about these things growing up and they weren't discussed. And I didn't see men that I look up to. I never had my dad explain to me that if a girl says no, don't ask twice. Don't pester her. Like it sounds stupid, right? It sounds stupid to say, but it's important that people actually talk about that. Don't ask twice, you know what I mean? If she says not yet, you have to respect that and let her tell you when she's ready. You know, there's like, it probably sounds stupid to a lot of women out there that like men need to hear that. But I think as young men, these kinds of conversations are important and very necessary. Like I know that when my kids come of age, I'm going to have a conversation with them that I never had about consent and about what is and isn't okay when you're dating somebody or trying to be whatever, trying to be with somebody. It's something that men need hammered in their head so that when the situation comes up and they're super horny, men get fucking like poison in their brain when they get horny, especially young men. They need to understand like, okay, I'm in a serious situation right now and it's not all about my cock. I need to actually think and act responsibly right now because actually I'm doing something really bad where before they didn't realize they were doing something really bad. I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? I think that's how I see it. And so things like with what happened to Andrew, I think is really valuable teaching situation for men to learn about like, okay, this is not consent, what he did. And it's important everybody understand that. I don't know. Consent needs to be part of sex education. That's so true. It's not. Like, it's not at all. Like, I learned about STDs and fucking contraceptive and stuff. But consent needs to be part of that conversation. And it just wasn't, which is so crazy, right? Because I think, listen, we living in a patriarchy where women's concerns about consent and stuff just wasn't taken that fucking seriously. Up until recently, it just wasn't. People just didn't fucking care. You know, there was a strong opinion, like up until recently, I would say, like amongst a lot of men, that it's like, oh, you're my wife. You just have to fuck me. You don't get to say no. Like genuinely. So there is a lot of there's a lot of work to be done still. Capiche? So wait and fish. I love that name. I didn't even have sex ed in the South. Yeah, that's crazy. Y'all are, the South is fucking some of those states are wild as shit. I see some people saying consent was part of their sex ed. I think that's awesome. I assuming you're probably much younger than me. That didn't happen to him. He did that. I know you're trying to do the right thing, but language is important. Sorry, I don't remember exactly what I said, but if I did say that, I apologize. Wearing women down until they say yes is so common. Many men don't even register that they're committing essay. That's right. Exactly. That it's crazy, but it's true. Learned about consent in my Canadian high school, and there's posters all around the school about getting consent. No means no. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And I think it's going to make a big difference with the men who are, maturing in that environment. Someone said Hassan posted about the allegation 20 minutes ago. Is this statement out now? I don't think so. The only thing I learned in my sex ed class was that if we ever have sex, we'll die of all the STDs, for real. It's crazy as shit. In some states, they don't even teach like safe sex. They just go, don't have sex. It's like, thanks for the fucking info, bro. There are some places in America they just say don't have sex, and then you got nothing to worry about. That's practical advice. Oh, this person says you're basically making an excuse for him by saying he didn't know better, but you going so hard on other people accused of essay. I'm trying to think. I'm genuinely trying to think of a response to your question and not get defensive. You're trying to make an excuse for him. Listen, I'm not talking about specifically what those girls said and what happened to Andrew. I'm speaking generally about men's experience growing up in this country and about society's perception or even caring about the issue of consent. I'm not talking about anything the girls said with Andrew, and I'm not saying he didn't know better, because some of the details in Andrew's case are like the second one I said was more disturbing. It's like really, really pushy and not getting out of the car and shit like that. So I'm not even talking about Andrew. This person says in Scotland, lost frisbee, we got a class on consent during secondary school and high school, and a seminar on consent at the start of the university. That's awesome, dude. I think that's so fucking good. My sex ed teacher, this is from #Chelsea. My sex ed teacher told the guys in the room to remember what the girls said before they left in case they claimed you were R-worded. That's some type of sex education.
Wait, what? Repeat that?
I don't think she said, wait, hold on. She said, my sex ed teacher told the guys in my classroom to remember what the girl said before they left, in case they claimed so, including they R-worded them. So like, so they're have their story straight. I don't know. I don't really know what that means, to be honest, but I think it means.
All right.
Look, it's okay. I understand people are heated about this. It's personal to a lot of people. So people who are, you know, coming out aggressively, or let's say they don't think I'm coming out hard enough, I totally understand. It's reasonable. I'm not angry at you. And I think it's all worth talking about. So let's just be civil and mature as possible with this.